You see, you never know when, you never know where, you never know how, what situation you're going to be in, and the durood that you recite will become benefit for you. You never know what situation that you will be in, that when it comes to selling the Durood Pak, it will come itself and save you. There was once an individual, he gave his friend 3,000 dinars and he expected it back. So after some time he went to his friend and said, I gave you 3,000 dinars, a large amount of money, I'd like it back. He said, my business has collapsed, I've spent everything, I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left, there's nothing left for me to give. He said, okay, that's fine, I'll give you such and such time. He gave a time and delayed his payday. To then, when later on he went back to his friend and said, oh my friend, I've come back, 3,000 dinars you owe me, when are you going to give me back? He said, I can't give you, I don't have it, I've got no karobar, I've got no business, I've got no way, I'm ghareeb, my family's ghareeb, I've got nothing to live on. And this individual said, fine. He took this to the court. He took it in the court of the qazi, of the judge, and said, we'll sort this mamla, we'll sort this masla in court. So it came to that day, the judge asked this individual, do you owe him money? Do you owe him money? Do you owe him anything? He said, yes, I owe him money. I owe him 3,000 dinars. The judge said, so why did you not pay them? You know he's given you that 3,000 dinars, why have you not given it back yet? And he explained his situation to the judge, that I have nothing, I'm poor, I've got nothing on me, how can I give 3,000 dinars? So the judge said, this is the final faisalah, this is the final thing. You have 30 days to pay your 3,000 dinars back to your friend, 30 days to give that 3,000 dinars back to your friend, otherwise you'll be put in jail. Now, put yourself into his position. He's got so many responsibilities, however, he doesn't have that money on him, and he has no means to get that 3,000 dinars. So he went back home after the court case. He went back home, sat at home and thought, where do I go? What do I do? I've got nothing left. And he thought, Allah and His Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam are the best of helpers. And he thought to himself, and he remembered, he heard a hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam ने फरमाया एक मफ़हूम है कि जो शख्स परेशान हो, मुसीबत ला हो, उसे चाहिए कि मुझ पर कसरत से दुरूद पाक पढ़ें, क्योंकि दुरूद पाक पढ़ना मुसीबतों और परेशानियों को ले जाता है. Whoever is in difficulty, is in any worries, facing any problems, he should recite Durood Pak in abundance. As reciting Durood Pak removes your worries and removes your problems. So this Ashik sat down and prepared himself that I'm not going to do anything except sending Durood upon Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. So to Sham tak continuously, day and night, this individual decided, I'm going to start reading Durood Pak. Non-stop, sallallahu alayhi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. For 27 days, continuously, he said Durood upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And remember, the Judge said 30 days. 27 days have gone past. 3 days are remaining. And he had that hope, sallallahu Muhammad, that if I can continue reading, this will help me. कि 3 दिन बाकी थे काजी के पास जाने में. 27 days left. He went, 27 days went past, 3 days was left. And when the 28th night arrived, his eyes closed, yet he heard one beautiful voice. His eyes closed, his body closed, yet his soul was awake. He heard a beautiful voice. That voice said, "घबराओ नहीं, तुम्हारा कर्ज अदा कर दिया जाएगा और तुम्हारा मसला सॉल्व हो जाएगा. You don't worry, your debt will be paid and your problems will be solved." The next morning he woke up and he thought to himself, I heard this voice. The Paygam came. The Paygam said that this masla will be solved. But how? So in order to get an answer, and in order for him to get even more help, sat back down again, reciting Durood continued reciting Durood Pak on Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And then it came to that extent, the next night, 29th night, one full day left. And once again, he heard that voice, lekin uska kismat, his destiny came up. And my beloved Aka Mustafa Kareem sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam entered his dream. Once again he said, "घबराओ नहीं, अली बिन ईसा वजीर के पास जाओ, तुम्हारा कर्ज अदा कर दे." That go to such and such person, Ali bin Isa Wazir, and your debt will be covered. So he woke up, saw the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. He was fresh, he was happy that Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam has come into my dream and has told me that my curse will be fulfilled by such and such person. But when he was about to leave to go to that person, then he thought to himself, I'm going to go to this individual, but mera saboot kya hai? What proof will I give him? What sign can I give to show him that Waqia, that really Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam came into my dream and told me this. I've only got today and tomorrow I've got to go to court. Remember that as well. So then he sat back down again, started reading the Durood again. The next night again, his eyes closed. My Aka sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam came back into his dream. And Aka sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said it again, "घबराओ नहीं, अली बिन ईसा वजीर के पास जाओ, वो तुम्हारा कर्ज अदा कर देगा." But then he thought to himself, he said, "Huzur, मैं जाऊंगा, I will go, but if he asks me for a sign, what should I give? What reply should I give?" मेरे आका सल्लल्लाहु ta'ala alayhi wa sallam कमाल का जवाब दिया, एक beautiful reply. Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam replied to him and said, tell Isa bin Wazir, that every day after Fajr, you recite 5,000 Durood Pak, and this Raz, sirf you and your Lord knows this. This secret that you keep between yourself, only you and your Lord knows this. So he woke up again, fresh and happy. Now this was the day, the same day that he was going to go to court. The same day that people thought that he was going to get arrested today. But before going to court, he went to the bar of the Wazir. He went to the Wazir. And the Wazir was sat with his people, but he had fear. He said, still, he's such a big individual. What if I even gave him the saboot, the proof, and he doesn't give it me? Then my situation will not be solved, I'll be in jail. But then he still had that yaqeen, that hope in his heart, that the Durood that I've been reading for the past 29, 30 days will help me. So he went to the court of the Wazir, and he said, "Wazir Sahab, I need to speak to you." The Wazir said, "What do you need to speak about?" He said, "मैं आपके लिए एक पैगाम लाया हूँ. I brought your पैगाम." And the Wazir said, "किसका पैगाम? Whose पैगाम is it?" He said, "मेरे आका सल्लल्लाहु ta'ala alayhi wa sallam से एक पैगाम लेकर आया हूँ." And this Wazir, he himself was an Ashiq Rasul. And he said, "Tell me, what did my Aka sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam say for me?" So then this Ashiq, this individual, he began explaining his situation. Okay, I'm in 3,000 dinar debt. today is my last day to pay. Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam came in my dream, gave me a sign and told me to pay off my debt. He told me to tell you, pay off my debt. The wazir asked, क्या आपके पास कोई सबूत है? Do you have any sign with you? Do you have any proof with you that Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, Waqia, that it was Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam that gave you this hukam and this ashik? He said, मेरे आका मैं खाली हाथ नहीं आया हूँ, मेरे आका ने एक सबूत दिया है. I've not come empty-handed. I've got proof, I've got evidence. And that proof is that every day, Wazir Sahib, every day after Fajr, you recite Durood 5,000 times to the extent that you will not do anything. You will not speak to anyone until that amount of 5,000 Durood Pak has been completed, and you send this as a gift to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now that Wazir, upon hearing this, Junka he got up and he said, what honor is this? Such a beautiful honor that my durood that I send to Aqa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam has been kabul, has been accepted. That Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam has accepted my durood. Marhaba ya Rasulullah, Marhaba ya Rasulullah. And the kafiyat came to us such that he went inside to his room. He was in such a kafiyat, in such a state, and he came out after a short while, went back to the ashik and said, here, this I bought 3,000 dinars on the order of my beloved sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. But then he said, also take another 3,000 dinars as a gift for you telling me such a beautiful thing, such beautiful news. Then he said, well, take another 3,000 dinars for your household, for your family. But vada kijiye, promise me that from today, anything that you need, I'm here for you. मैं तुम्हारा भाई हूँ, I'm your brother. Give me the opportunity to do your khidmat. He said, give me the opportunity to do your khidmat. Such a wazir, and he said it to such an individual. Give me the opportunity to do your khidmat. Allahu Akbar. He went from being into 3,000 dinar debt to now having 9,000 dinars in his possession. Now this Ashik Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, in the love of Waqia sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, in such a happiness, he walked towards the court. He entered the courtroom, everyone sat there and they was ready. They was expecting that this individual, this man, he's going to say, I've got nothing left, I couldn't make it, here, arrest me. But he went straight to the judge, took out 3,000 dinars and put in the hands of the judge. He took out 3,000 dinars and placed it in the hands of the judge. Everyone was shocked as they were looking around. The judge said to him, where did the money even come from? You said you were poor, you said you had nothing. How did he collect all of this in 1 month? The Ashik was in such a state, and it's as if he said that, ye to karam hai unka vanna. मुझ में तो ऐसी बात नहीं, इतना दिया सरकार ने मुझको, इतनी मेरी औकात नहीं कि ये तो करम है उनका वरना मुझ में तो ऐसी बात नहीं. In front of the whole courtroom, he explained the full story of what happened, what did he decide, and all the beauties of the story. And remember, in this time, they were all Ashik Rasul in that courtroom. The Qazi gets up, the Qazi was in tears. The judge gets up from his seat and he goes to his chamber. He returns from his chamber after a short while and he gives 3,000 dinars to the Ashik. And he said to him that, how could Ali bin Isa Wazir take all the sawab? मैं भी रसूल पाक सल्लल्लाहु ta'ala alayhi wa sallam के गुलाम हूँ ना. I am from his ummah, I am his lover. I'll pay your debt. And now this full scenario, everyone in tears, everyone amazed. The person who filed the case, his friend saw all of this happen. And he said, Judge Sahab, Ruko, wait. I'm also from the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. I have also forgiven his debt. So he's forgiven his debt. he went from being in debt of 3,000 dinars to then getting 3,000 upon 3,000 upon 3,000, 9,000 dinars from that wazir, to then going to the court of the judge, to the extent that the judge himself has now given 3,000 dinars. But then the Ashik then tries to return and he said, my debt's been forgiven, now there's no need. Here, Judge Sahib, take this back. He said, take it back, I don't need it anymore. But the Judge Sahib said, I use the name of my Nabi sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, I can't take this back. Now this is the money that I have given to you in the name of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And he walked home with 12,000 dinars in his possession. Look at how the power of Durood Sharif has come. शायर कहता है कि दुखों ने तुमको जो घेरा है तो दुरूद पढ़ो, और हाजिरी की तमन्ना है तो दुरूद पढ़ो। अगर दुरूद पढ़ो मोमिनों करीने से, तो हुजूर खुद ही चले आएंगे मदीने से। यकीनन this is what happened. He was in a musibat, he was in a problem, and he decided to durood upon Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam heard his call and came to his aid. My beloved sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, he hears your call, and my beloved will come. What does my Imam say? What does Imam Ahl Sunnah, Imam A'la Hazrat Rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi say? He says, वाह क्या जूद करम है शहीबत हा तेरा, कि नहीं सुनता ही नहीं मांगने वाला तेरा, नहीं सुनता ही नहीं मांगने वाला तेरा। कि वाह, look at how your amazing shan is, your kindness and generosity, to such an extent that the one who asks from you, the one who seeks from you, neither does he never hear the word no, he doesn't hear the awaz of nahi, nor does he hear any sort of negativity. And then Imam Ahl Sunnah says, कि एक मैं क्या मेरी सिया की हकीकत कितनी, कि मुझसे 100 लाख को काफी है इशारा तेरा। Ishara for him and for millions on the day of judgment, that ishara, that sign, that gesture from Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam is kafi for him. Look at the shan. And it may be that someone here is going through any difficulty, maybe suffering from an illness, or is in debt, business problems, family issue. खुदा की कसम कहता हूँ कि दुरूद पाक एक ऐसा वजीफा है, it will solve all your problems. People ask about loads of wazifas, the blessings of wazifas, can I read this, can I read that, such and such wazifas. लेकिन सच बात तो कहता हूँ ना, सच्ची बात तो ये है कि हर दर्द की दवा है सल्ले अला मुहम्मद, तावीज़े हर बला है सल्ले अला